Artificial intelligence continues to transform nearly every part of digital content creation, and one platform that has been generating significant attention is Higgsfield AI. Instead of focusing solely on creating AI-generated images, Higgsfield AI is designed around something many creators have been asking for: cinematic AI videos that look dynamic, polished, and visually engaging without requiring advanced editing skills. Traditional video production often involves multiple stages. First comes planning and scripting, followed by filming, editing, color correction, motion graphics, sound design, and several rounds of revisions. Even experienced creators know that producing high-quality video can require considerable investment of both time and technical knowledge. Higgsfield AI approaches content creation differently. Rather than manually building every scene, users describe what they want using natural language prompts, allowing the AI to generate visuals based on those descriptions. The platform places a strong emphasis on cinematic presentation, smooth motion, and creative flexibility, making it an interesting addition to today's growing collection of AI creative tools. So let's explore what Higgsfield AI is, how it works, and why so many creators have been talking about it. One of the first things that stands out about Higgsfield AI is its emphasis on cinematic camera movement. Many early AI video generators produced clips that looked static or lacked convincing motion. While the visuals themselves were interesting, the camera often appeared fixed in place, making scenes feel less immersive. Higgsfield AI attempts to address that limitation. Instead of creating still-looking animations, it supports movements commonly used in filmmaking. This includes smooth tracking shots, dramatic zooms, orbiting camera paths, cinematic push-ins, pullbacks, and other virtual camera techniques that give scenes a stronger sense of depth and realism. These movements help transform simple ideas into sequences that feel more like professionally planned shots rather than automatically generated clips. Even relatively short videos can appear more engaging because the virtual camera behaves in ways that audiences naturally associate with cinematic storytelling. For creators, this means less manual animation while still achieving visually dynamic results. Another major feature is the platform's prompt-driven workflow. Instead of adjusting dozens of editing controls individually, users simply describe the scene they want to create. For example, a creator might describe a futuristic city at sunset with reflective skyscrapers, light rain, cinematic lighting, and a slow aerial camera movement. The AI interprets those written instructions and generates visuals based on overall descriptions. This approach significantly lowers the learning curve. Someone with little or no professional editing experience can begin experimenting simply by describing ideas using everyday language. At the same time, experienced creators still have room to refine prompts and explore different artistic directions. Even small wording changes can influence lighting, camera position, atmosphere, composition, or overall visual style. Because of this, prompt writing becomes an important creative skill rather than simply a technical instruction. Another capability receiving considerable attention is image-to-video generation. Instead of starting entirely from text, users can upload a single image and ask the AI to animate it. The image becomes the foundation for a moving scene. The AI introduces motions while attempting to preserve the overall appearance of the original artwork or photograph. This opens interesting possibilities for many different types of creators. Illustrators can animate concept art. Photographers can add realistic motion to still images. Designers can present visual ideas with cinematic movement. Marketing teams can transform static promotional graphics into short animated presentation. Even educators can create more engaging visual demonstrations by bringing illustrations to life. Rather than replacing traditional animation, image-to-video generation provides another creative options for visual storytelling. Character consistency has also become one of the most discussed challenges in generative AI. Many AI systems can create impressive individual images, but maintaining the same character across multiple scenes has historically been much more difficult. A character's facial features, hairstyle, clothing, or overall appearance may change unexpectedly from one shot to another. Higgsfield AI attempts to improve consistency by helping characters retain recognizable identities throughout a sequence. Although no AI system achieves perfect consistency in every situation, continued improvements make longer storytelling projects feel more coherent than aerial generations of AI video technology. This becomes especially valuable for creators producing narratives, advertisements, educational videos, or recurring digital characters. Lighting and atmosphere are equally important components of visual storytelling. Since emotional impact often depends depends on how it is lit. Bright daylight creates one mood. A dramatic sunset creates another. Rain, fog, reflections, glowing lights, or soft indoor lighting each communicates something different to the audience. Higgsfield AI allows users to describe these environmental details directly within their prompts. The AI then attempts to generate visuals matching the requested atmosphere. Because lighting contributes so much to cinematic quality, even relatively simple scenes can appear more polished when these environmental elements work together naturally. Another area where the platform demonstrates flexibility is artistic style. Not every creator wants the same visual aesthetic. Some projects require realistic cinematography. Others may call for fantasy environments, science fiction worlds, fashion-inspired visuals, stylized illustrations, or commercial advertising imagery. Instead of limiting users to one artistic direction, Higgsfield AI supports a broad range of visual styles depending on how prompts are written. This flexibility allows creators to experiment without changing software or building entire projects from scratch. A simple concept can evolve into multiple artistic interpretations simply by modifying descriptive language. Motion quality is another defining characteristic of convincing AI-generated video. Generating attractive still images is only one part of the challenge. The real difficulty comes from producing movement that appears intentional and believable. Higgsfield AI focuses on smoother transitions, more natural character actions, and camera movement designed to resemble traditional filmmaking. Like every AI platform, results depend on scene complexity and prompt quality. Some outputs require refinement. Others may benefit from multiple generations before reaching the desired appearance. Even so, ongoing improvements continue narrowing the gap between AI-generated footage and conventional digital production techniques. Speed also plays an important role. Traditional video productions involves many specialized tasks: planning, filming, editing, visual effects, color grading, rendering, revision after revision. AI generation streamlines portions of that workflow by automating much of the technical production process. Instead of replacing professional filmmaking, Higgsfield AI often functions as a creative assistant. Creators can rapidly visualize ideas before investing significant production resources. This makes brainstorming faster and encourages creative exploration during the early stages of project development. Prompt refinement becomes an essential part of using the platform effectively. Most experienced users do not expect perfect results from the very first prompt. Instead, they gradually improve outputs through experimentation, adding camera angles, changing lighting descriptions, adjusting environmental details, specifying emotional tone, or refining subject appearance. Each small modification helps guide the AI toward the intended created vision. Over time, creators often develop their own prompt writing techniques that improve consistency and provide greater artistic control. The platform also serves creators across a wide range of industries. Social media creators can produce visually engaging short-form content. Designers can visualize creative concepts before moving into full production. Educators can illustrate complex ideas through animated demonstrations. Marketing teams can generate visual concepts during campaign development. Independent filmmakers can explore scene ideas before traditional production begins. Rather than existing as a novelty technology, AI video generation increasingly becomes another tool within larger creative workflows. One particularly interesting advantage is the ability to imagine scenes that would otherwise require significant production resources. Fantasy kingdoms, massive futuristic cities, alien landscapes, cinematic space environments, large-scale visual effects. These types of concepts traditionally require expensive sets, extensive computer graphic works, or specialized production teams. With prompt-based AI generation, creators can rapidly visualize ambitious ideas during concept development. While these outputs may still require refinement depending on the project, the ability to quickly explore imaginative worlds expands creative possibilities for independent creators. Scene composition is another area where Higgsfield AI attempts to assist users. Professional filmmakers pay close attention to framing, perspective, foreground elements, background depth, and subject placement. These visual principles contribute to scenes that feel balanced and intentional. The platform automatically considers many of these cinematic concepts during generation. For users without formal filmmaking experience, this helps produce visuals that often appear more polished than manually arranging every element from scratch. One of the strongest characteristics of AI creative platforms is flexibility. Unlike traditional editing where major changes sometimes require rebuilding large portions of project, Prompt-based generation allows creators to explore different directions much more quickly. A realistic city can become a fantasy kingdom. A bright daytime commercial can become a dramatic nighttime thriller. A science fiction environment can transform into a historical architecture. Simple prompt adjustments can dramatically reshape the creative outcome. This encourages experimentation while reducing repetitive editing work. Of course, AI-generated content still has limitations. Complex scenes may occasionally introduce visual inconsistencies, unexpected object behaviors, or details that require additional refinement. Reviewing generated content carefully remains an important part of the creative process. Human creativity continues to guide storytelling, editing decisions, and artistic direction. AI generates possibilities. Creators decide which ideas best support the final project. Responsible use also remains essential. Creators should respect copyright, intellectual property rights, privacy, and policies of the platforms where content is published. Using AI ethically helps encourage originality while supporting positive creative innovation across the industry. Looking ahead, Higgsfield AI represents another step in the ongoing evolution of AI-assisted content creation. Advances in motion quality, cinematic camera movement, prompt interpretation, scene composition, and character consistency demonstrates how quickly this technology continues to improve. Rather than replacing human imagination, AI serves as a creative collaborator. It assists with visualization, accelerates experimentation, and helps transform ideas into visual concepts more efficiently. The storytelling, artistic vision, and originality, however, remain firmly in the hands of the creator. As AI video generation continues to evolve, it will be fascinating to see how filmmakers, artists, educators, designers, marketers, and content creators incorporate these tools into their workflows while continuing to produce authentic, original, and meaningful visual experiences. And that's what makes platforms like Higgsfield AI so interesting. Not simply because they generate videos, but because they continue expanding the ways creators can bring ideas to life. If you like this video, do click that like and subscribe button and follow us for more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.